Okay, this is the second part of this Logic Gates kind of game making scene that we've got. So what we're going to try and do is control the door. I'll keep it as that. Okay, so we're going to try and control the door or open the door by using the two cubes here. So the cubes are basically lights. So what we're going to do is just create an empty object, and hopefully, okay, I'll just call it door control. Now this empty object is going to have a C# script attached. And just call it anything. I'll just call it door state. Okay, so we'll double door state. Okay, come on. Okay, so I'll just double click on that. Right, so now we're going to use the start and the update function. What we want to do is access or get the state of the two lights, okay, and also the door. Okay, within this code. So what we're going to do is to start up here. We're going to make some public variables. So we're going to make a public variable for the lights, and also for the door. Okay, so it's a game object. Right. So we want the game object as a door, public. One. And okay. So for that door, this empty game object, I'm now going to just drag door state onto it. Right, so now what you've got is these three public variables. So door prefab. Now that's interesting. That one, I'll try that one. Okay. I'm going to drag, because this is actually the door itself. So you've got the base and the frame. So, okay, if I come back to here, I'm going to drag that. I'm just going to check one thing actually. I'll cancel that. Okay, yeah, it has a box collider and a mesh renderer, and it also has an animation. Interesting. Okay, so click back on that. I'm going to drag that into door. I'm going to have that light there, and that light's there. Okay. Alright, now if we go back to the code, so what we're going to try to do is if both lights are on, then you want the door to open. If light 1, so it'd be that active self. Now, before I put the next thing in, actually, I'm just going to do lights. I'll put light2 dot active self. So we're saying if, so the moment, firstly we're going to say if both of them are on, which would be an AND gate, that and that. Okay. So it's the ampersand, and then again, this is quite a common thing. I think it's pretty much, I think every languages that I've seen, it's always been that 2 ampersand means and. What we'll also do later would be shift and 1. Sorry, not shift and 1. I'm looking at the wrong keyboard. So what we have for the OR gate, looking at this, would be something like that, 2 lines. So it'd actually be I'm looking at a Mac keyboard, but I'm using a Windows machine. Sorry, I've got a plug-in keyboard, so it's Shift and it's just above Enter. Anyway, you'll see it there by the squiggly, just underneath the delete key, basically. But I'm going to try with an AND key, with the AND first. Okay, so we've put a brackets around that. So if that is true, then you open the squiggly brackets. So if that is true, then what you'd want to do is, whoops, the door. Okay. So and I'm also lying down on the floor next to a washing machine, so there are lots of weird noises. So door. So we're going to set the door to be active or inactive, or true or false. Set. If they're both on, or and active is false. Okay. Now I think there was a previous video where I did the, just a basic sort of if and else. Just get rid of it. Right. So you should now be familiar with, if and else's and so on. So at the moment the door is on. Okay, so basically you can see the door. Sorry, I'm clicking the wrong thing. I meant to click on this one. So I'm just making sure if I untick this, okay, the door goes. Okay, so it's true or false. Okay, so active. So at the moment door set active is false if both of those are on. So I'll just put the semicolon. Hopefully you save it, that will compile. Okay, it has. And I'm not sure how this is going to test, but it should, in theory, that light is on. Oh my god, that's genius. I did not expect that to work. It does. Brilliant. That's it. That is not only doing a bit of C# code, not only doing a bit of if-else statements, but you're also going over what we did way back when, and you're good doing logic gates. So what you could do, I'm fairly certain, in C#, okay, if I now do that, okay, build successful. So now I'm just going to try that. So I'm going to go back on there. Okay, so what is going to happen? What should happen if you read that out loud? If light 1 or light 2. So hopefully, I love it. I absolutely love that. That is exactly how an OR gate should work. Okay, so an OR gate, if you remember it, they're both on. Okay, one on, or that one on. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. And if you really think about it, you've downloaded, so this is just a really basic, just a basic setup. But what you've got is a trigger. Okay, you've got a trigger or a collider, I guess, for a game. But that is how a game would work. So you walk towards something, something happens. If this happens and this happens, do this. Brilliant. So that is how you can reinforce what you know about logic gates. Because you think about it, you had the earlier one where it was like the NOT gate, and now you've got AND and OR. We could even look at, or if you quickly go online, you'll see. In fact, I'll just quickly do that now, because what you'd want then, because it doesn't have to be this AND OR, the AND gate and the OR gate, could different combinations. Now, if I go back to Chrome, whilst I was waiting for the other video just to save, I just typed in, I think, C# logic operators, and you have the list. Okay, so there's the AND gate. And where we go? I'm just coming down, 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 down. So if you have a look online, what I'm trying to do is find the something like an exclusive OR, which I know is on here. Where was it? Logical AND or conditional OR. Okay, I'm looking for X. Okay, something like that. So that's an exclusive OR. So you have this little hat and the equals. So you could try even something like that. Just try and do something like an exclusive OR, an XOR gate. I'll just try that one actually. XOR. Now it does say that. If you're not sure, I'm just going to type in. Okay. So I'm just doing images. So you've got the logic gate there, but you'll also have examples of what an exclusive OR should look like. Nice. So here, okay. So actually this time you just do the little kind of hat sign. So if we come back to here, and get rid of that. So if this is an exclusive OR, what should happen is if both lights are on, the door doesn't open. If only one is on, it does open. So it's almost like you've got a little mini puzzle. So that's on. So hopefully if I click on here, beautiful. That is an exclusive OR. Lovely. Absolutely fantastic. And that is it. That is C#